Hello! Welcome to the very first episode of Artifacts Worldswide, Lands of Aecathan. My name is Jeff Smith. I am the game master for this particular campaign. When I'm not game mastering, I'm a streaming radio broadcaster, podcaster, sometimes professor. But for this, just focusing on running the game. Land of Aecathan is my first original world, so it's a little nerve-wracking to be sort of running my first campaign in my first campaign world. But just consider it a play test, so I think it'll be okay. But it's my privilege to be able to say, welcome to the Lands of Aecathan.
I can just say Jeff and me.
There we go. Welcome to the new game. As I said, I'm Jeff Smith. I'm going to be running this particular game, and I'd like to introduce you to our three core players. Let's start with Pam.
Hi, I'm Pam. You can follow me on Twitter at AWWPamC, and I'll be playing Arabelle Iselin, who's a half-elf cleric paladin.
And I'm Nikki, and you can follow me on Twitter, Nikki_AWW, and I'm Zorith Zircon, and I'm an elf sorcerer.
And I'm Mike, and I don't remember what my Twitter is. I just made it. So you'll have to check the website. But I am playing Araman Zekran, who is Zorith's brother, and I play an elven rogue.
So there you go. And this is a brand new world. I've been writing it for the last couple months. And I've got a lot of it. This is also going to be playtesting the world as well as running this campaign, and so I reserve the right to go, wait, that doesn't make any sense, and change it. So.
Just like any other time.
Right. All right, so we ran individual sessions to get the characters from level 1 to level 2, and so that's where we're going to start. And we're going to start with Arabelle. You are at your home in the capital city of Armagh in the land of Aecathan. You've been there for about a week. And you've been puzzling over the odd message that you got, suggesting that there was a destiny for you and that it involved the possibility of other people.
So I wanted to go back to the inn that I stayed at with Father Dilbus when we came through town, and check in with the proprietor there, because I think I have an idea about my clue, and he seems to know town pretty well, so I thought I'd start there.
All right. That was, of course, the Theranox Talon in Westward, and let me go ahead and bring up roll 20 here, and I can give you a look at the capital city. Now, the Theranox Talon Inn is in Westward. It's basically the first inn you come to as you enter the capital city from the west. And it's owned and managed by Thon and Granite Thane. So you head back there. It's probably, let's just say for story's sake, it's early afternoon.
I walk in and look around to see if I can find him.
Yep, you see him behind the main desk that handles the inn portion of the inn. You're used to seeing him behind the bar. But right now, it looks like he's doing paperwork, and it doesn't look like he's having a very good time.
I walk up and say, excuse me, I don't know if you remember me. I was here with Father Dilbus a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I remember you.
I was hoping you could help me. I'm trying to find somewhere that has a hook on a sign. Does that sound like it might be familiar to you?
Are you looking in town or out of town?
I think in town. I was given kind of a cryptic message to find a couple of people beneath a hook.
Beneath the hook. Well, I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, there's lots of hooks when you get down toward the port. But, I don't know. You could try that. See
Okay.
if there's anything running around the port. The other thing, of course, you could do is, you could always ask Jojo.
Jojo?
Right. Runs a place called the Shoutin' Pirate Inn.
Oh, I think I remember that when Father Dilbus and I came through the port. I've never been there before.
Well, it's not exactly the place that respectable people go. It's more for sailors and mercenaries. Professional adventurers sometimes go there too.
That sounds like a great place to start. Thank you so much.
Well, we'll see what you think about that after you get in there, but I'll just wish you fair journey.
All right. So I make my way out of, you said West Ward, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to walk down, cross the bridge, and go into Port Ward. And I vaguely remember it because I remember you telling me that my parents wouldn't let me go there when I was growing up. So
Right.
I make my way back there.
You make your way almost all the way back to the dock that you came in on. You can see it from where you land, where you stop in front of a distinctly seedy-looking bar. And it actually has a sign out front that says the Shouting Pirate Inn, and in between is what looks to be a boat hook. The kind that's the long, thick metal with a point and a wooden handle.
This must be the
And
place.
you can already hear from the street that it's kind of raucous in there.
I take a deep breath and walk in.
All right. You walk in the door, and you are hit with this wave of sound. And you look in there, and once your eyes adjust, you can see this is a single-story building. It's just a pub. And it's got low ceilings. You wonder how anybody gets around this main room because people are in there packed almost shoulder to shoulder. The tables are set very close to each other, obviously to try and pack as many people in here as possible during the business hours. And it is awash in sailors. It looks like there's a ship that might have just docked. And so you see sailors of various races, genders, differing uniforms. It looks like maybe there's a couple different ships that docked. There's people in uniform. There's people just dressed like, you've seen workers on a ship. And here we go. First roll. Make a perception check.
Ooh.
Didn't warm up my dice, so hopefully they'll work for me.
Well, they'll roll just fine.
Thanks. Oh, not too bad. 21.
Ooh.
All right, 21. You look around the room and it's packed, except there is one table set in the way back with 4 chairs that are tipped against the table. And it looks like there's some sort of animal sleeping in the center of the table. But it's the only empty table.
Okay. Well, I take note of that and I try to arm my way through the crowd to get up to the bar.
All right. You basically you get propositioned a couple times on your way up. Not seriously, more just showing off for the fellas kind of thing. But
I'm very polite in my rebuff, as always.
And you get up to the bar and you see there's a gentleman. Relatively tall, is about not quite 6 feet, human, looks like he's probably in his late 30s, early 40s, and he is pouring drinks like mad and just slapping them on the bar, and there are 2 waitresses who keep running up, grabbing drinks, and running back into the crowd. So it's very clear that, he's busy.
I'll wait for one of the waitresses to get back up then, since he's doing that. While she's waiting or gathering drinks on the tray. She says, I'm looking for Jojo.
The guy spins around and says, "Ah! Welcome to the Shouting Pirate Inn. I be Jojo Oakenmast. What can I get ye?"
I'm actually here for some information, but I see that you're very, very busy. Maybe I can just wait till it calms down a little bit.
Aye, lass, that's probably the best idea.
Is that
I am
empty table okay?
You hear the noise drop to an almost silent hush when you say that. And
Or not.
Jojo just kind of goes, "Well, you're welcome to try."
So now everyone's going to watch me walk up to the table.
Oh, yeah. And you see a few people leaning over and talking, and you see coins exchanging hands.
All right. Well, I walk up and try and make out what creature was sitting on the top as I approach.
It's a cat. A very, very big cat.
I smile. Hello?
And the cat is asleep and kind of cocks an eye. Then the other one opens. It blinks at you a couple times. Yawns and then stretches. Rises to its feet, and you hear a low from the people watching.
I tentatively put my hand out towards it, real low to the table.
The cat walks over. Kind of sniffs at your hand.
Like, if it lets me, I'll kind of scratch it.
You reach to scratch it and it pulls its head back.
Okay, I just put my hand down.
And you swear that it looks at Jojo. And then looks back at you, goes back to the middle of the table, and goes back to sleep.
And I will...
At this point, the whole place goes up. Oh! And you hear lots of grumbling and lots of coins being exchanged.
So, since it seems to not going to bite me, I'll slowly, quietly set one of the chairs down and sit down.
Yep. And, yeah, the cat is quite clearly just going back to sleep. And you get the impression that this isn't something that happens a lot.
I squeeze my amulet for my locket, thank Torora, and wait for Jojo.
All right. Now, meanwhile, Araman and Zori, where are you?
Last I know, we were at the inn close to Lord's Ward.
The Cozy Blade.
Which one?
I think you were in the Cozy Blade.
Yes, the Cozy Blade. 4 chandeliers. Wheel of crystal glowing.
Yep.
Yep. Cozy Blade. And I believe we have spent the night and then woken up for the next day. And you said it's about afternoon?
Yep. It's probably just after lunch.
Well, I mean, we could get started today on our vision quest, I guess. On Oberus's vision quest for us.
That sounds boring.
Yeah, it's going to be boring, but it's going to take us further on our trip to find our folks.
Yay.
Well, right now we don't have anything else to do, so let's ask for directions and we'll make our way there.
All right.
So I go up to the proprietor, whose name I cannot remember. Oh, yeah. Nope. Very small halfling woman.
Yep.
And I didn't write down her name.
Megan.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely didn't write down that name.
Megan Goodbarrel.
How busy is it in there?
Not terribly. They're mostly recovering from lunch.
Right.
There's still a few people in the room that are sitting over their drinks or having, finishing their lunches. But for the most part, things are calming down after a rush.
I go up to her and I say, thank you. Your hospitality was excellent. Our room was great and the food has been wonderful. But I know that we asked yesterday about the hook with the sign, the shouting pirate. And I was wondering if you could give us directions to it. We're really new in town.
Oh, hi. It's not far. You basically just want to go out the door, turn to your right, take the first street on the right, then take a left, then take the next right, go over the bridge, take another right, and if you hit the water, you've gone too far.
Excellent. Hopefully we won't hit the water. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, lass. Are you two going to be staying another night?
I actually don't know. We might meet someone at the Shouting Pirate.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Well, just be careful. It's not the most reputable place in town.
Okay.
Already.
Somehow, I kind of thought you would.
And we get ready to leave. And then I think if we're ready, and I look at Airmen and I'm like, are we ready?
Sure. Just remember, through the door first. That's what she said.
Through the door first.
Yes.
And then right.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
All right. Not the window, the door.
Like once, maybe twice. So we head on out. Right, left, right, over the bridge. And then Port Ward, I'm assuming seedier.
Oh, yeah. Port Ward is mostly warehouses. Warehouses and
okay.
shipping companies.
Start walking by those and then find our right turn as we go and turn right and keep on walking.
All right. The smell of the docks gets stronger after that last turn, and the further you go down this road, the stronger it gets. That smell of salt and dead fish and sweat. And you actually can see the docks when Araman, you actually notice the sign that says The Shouting Pirate, and it's got a picture of a boat hook in between The Shouting and Pirate.
I kind of shoulder bump Zorith and point to the sign.
Okay. I'm ready. Let's do this.
You can hear noise coming from the place from the road. It sounds like there's a lot of people inside, and they're a little raucous.
Just our kind of place.
Not paying attention, that's right.
Could you at least behave for at least, I don't know, an hour so we can figure out what's going on first?
Of course I could. I absolutely could.
Will you?
No. Walks through the door.
I shake my head and I follow him in.
All right. Araman, you walk through the door, and you open the door, and it's like being hit by a wall of sound. The noise jumps up several levels, and you see the place is absolutely packed. Like, it looks full. And over the din, you hear a voice from way back in the room shout, "Oh, welcome to the Shoutin' Pirate Inn. I be Jojo Oakenmast. Sit wherever you can."
Okay.
We look around.
Make a perception check.
I see absolutely nothing.
I rolled a 10.
Zorith, you're convinced that there is nowhere to sit.
Yeah,
it is completely full.
I rolled a 1. So my perception is 3, so 4.
Araman, you look for quite a long few seconds, and then your eye kind of lands on, there's one table in the back that has one person sitting at it. There are 3 other chairs that are tipped against the table around that table, and there's something furry in the middle of the table. But that's all you can tell from this distance.
Kind couple of seats back here, Zori.
I follow him. I literally could not see anything open.
Assuming the individual who's sitting there wants company.
Oh, come on. You're charming.
That's one word for it.
We're charming as a pair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you walk over, and as you are approaching the table, you see the furry thing slowly get up. It's a rather large cat. And it just kind of locks. Well, let's see. Who's he gonna pick on? Araman. The cat literally locks eyes with you
Okay.
as you approach the table.
Hey, furball.
Arabelle, you see the cat get up again and look past you very intently.
I follow the cat's gaze.
I look around Airman to see who he's talking to.
And you see Arabelle, or you see Araman and Zorith. So why don't you let her know what she sees?
Who, me?
Both of you.
Oh.
You go first.
So he's a average height for an elf. Has a darker complexion, someone who's been outside, spent a lot of time outside. He has short, self-cropped hair that is stark white and has sort of these teal, intense-looking eyes. Slender build, and seems to have a permanent smirk.
And then I am also an elf, pretty much the same. My eyes are a little lighter color teal. Look like I've been outside also. I have like white dreads, but they're kind of pulled back on my head. Not quite a ponytail, just out of my way. I'm wearing just, regular street clothes kind of. I have a copper ring on my finger and I have a sleeve of tattoos. Just one whole arm is covered in tattoos.
Oh, and I forgot. I have a tattoo on my face. It's dark teal color. And if you know Elven, you'd be able to see what it is and know what it is.
And I do.
So it's actually 2 letters of the Elven alphabet characters. One is an A and the other one next to it is a Z.
All right. Now, the two of you approaching the table see the figure at the table, notice the cat getting up, and turn to look and see what the cat is staring at. Arabelle, what do they see?
Well, she's sitting, so you can't quite see how tall she is. She has brownish hair. Looks like it has strands of red and gold in it, and it kind of looks like gold. It's that real shimmery. She has blue eyes. She's dressed in what would appear to be like traveler's clothes, but you can tell that they're very nice quality. So she's has a blue tunic, pants, and boots that come up to her knees. And she is a half elf.
Would we know what the blue is? Like, is it a specific, like, clan, tartan kind of thing? Would we know?
No, just a blue tunic. It doesn't have any markings or anything. And she's wearing a pretty good size gold locket, and it has a star on it.
All right. So, the cat is still staring at you, Airman.
Okay. Is this your
I
cat?
lean into it. Oh, go ahead.
No, this is his table.
I see. Hello, kitty cat. Do you mind if I sit at this table?
Once again, Arabelle, you are sure that the cat actually looks over at Jojo. And then goes, meow, licks its paw a couple times and curls back up in the center of the table.
I think that's a yes.
I'll take it as that. Do you
Now-
mind if I sit down?
The two of you notice, and Arabelle, you notice once again, the room had gone quiet.
I look over my shoulder.
And everybody's looking at you.
They evidently
I lean in, whisper into Airman's ear. Definitely not going to go unnoticed now. Sit down.
Have
Sit
a
down.
seat. I think the cat said it was okay.
Do they think it's okay?
Well, they seemed to take bets on whether the cat would let me sit here. It was the only table empty when I got here. So evidently the cat likes us.
Leans over to Zorith. This is awkward.
I know. Just sit down. Just sit. If we can, just sit down. Like they're staring at me. Like staring at us.
Well, why don't you sit?
I sit at the table.
I come around and I like nod my head to the cat and then I sit down.
All right.
Hi. Thanks for letting us sit at your table.
Not my table, cat's table. I think
And I
that's
like lean over.
very-
I lean over very carefully, like closer to the cat, and I say, "Hi. Thanks for letting us sit at your table."
The cat opens one eye and just goes, meow.
All right. How
This is-
close? How close are these tables? Like from us to her?
Probably about 5 feet in diameter.
Oh. Then I just like kind of wave my hand and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Zorith. Feel really awkward right now."
There's no need to feel awkward.
Are they still looking at us? I don't even look at the rest of the room.
Did it get loud again?
It's starting to.
I think they're more interested in their drinks now.
And then I glance over my shoulder real quick.
You see lots of people doing this. You know, got their drinks and they're going.
Oh my God, they're still looking at us.
Well, don't look at them and it'll be okay.
Okay.
I'm Arabelle.
Arabelle. Nice to
I'm
meet you.
in. It's fate.
Wait,
Maybe.
are you alone?
Yes, I came to get some information, but the bartender's been very busy. I'm looking for a couple of people.
Really?
I elbow Airman. So you're traveling alone?
Well, I live in Armagh,
Oh.
but I expect to be traveling soon. I was supposed to find 2 people beneath the hook. So
Okay.
I just start like giggling.
Spooky. All right. So that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to find one person by a hook or something.
Yep. Underhook. You're you're them. You're it.
Presumably.
Is the cat still asleep?
Yeah, apparently. Although the ear keeps twitching. So it's almost like, I don't know, make an insight check.
I don't think I've ever incited a cat before, so we'll see. Probably not going to today either. 12.
You figure it's probably dreaming, and that's why the ear is twitching.
Do you have much more information than that? That's kind of all our information was. It was a vision of my mentor and that two figures, which we assume is us, and then it blurred, and then there was a third. And then it was superimposed with a boat hook, and then it faded out, which is like, could not be more vague from him, but that's why we're here.
The good lady told my mentor to pass along this message to me, so here I am.
The good lady?
Torora.
What's a Torora?
Make a religion check.
I'm going to make one too, just to see what I know what she's talking about.
So 21.
Ooh, 11.
All right. Zorith, you know that Torora is like the goddess that you look for representatives of when you need to be healed.
Okay.
Now, Aramin, you know a little bit more. You know that in the pantheon of Aecathan, there are good deities, neutral deities, and evil deities, and nobody talks about the evil deities. But in the good deities, Torora is the head of that pantheon. She's basically the goddess of life.
All right.
You also know that her followers, because of your particular professional pursuits, you know that her followers tend to be good, and they tend to be very supportive of law and order.
Gotcha. Oh, she's like the head cheese of the gods, right?
I wouldn't quite put it that way, but yes.
Cool.
At this point, one of the waitresses walks over. She's a half-elven woman, about probably 5'5", bright yellow hair, green eyes, and she walks over and says, "So, what can I get you?"
How long has it been since we've eaten?
I don't know. Did you eat lunch at the Cozy Blade?
Probably not.
Then probably not since breakfast.
Ooh, yes. Hit me with your specials.
Oh. All right. Well, we've... you looking to eat or drink?
I look at Airman. Eat?
Yeah, she'll be eating as she does.
All right.
I'll have an ale.
We've got a Killcross Amber, we've got a Belinamard Mash, and we've got Porter up from Thunder's Edge.
What's good?
I like the amber, but
That's what
then I don't like to chew my ale. So
yeah, that definitely sounds like my style.
all right. And for you, Miss, what are you drinking?
I'll have the chewy ale.
The porter. All right.
And she wanted something to eat as well, I believe.
Oh, yes. She looks back at the bar. Let me go put your drink orders in and talk to Jojo and see what he's got left. We kind of got hit by 2 ships coming into port at the same time, so he's been pouring drinks and cooking like crazy.
Okay.
So,
Do you have tea?
I don't know. I can't remember the last time anybody asked for tea in here.
I wrinkle my nose.
I'll check.
And maybe some milk for the kitty cat?
That I'm sure we can provide you.
Thank you.
So, she turns and walks back to the bar and.
Yeah, I shake my head and I say, yeah, actually, that's a good thank you.
So you said you just got here?
Yep. Well, we got here several days ago, and then her, what is he, your mentor, professor?
He's my mentor, Oberus.
Oh, yeah. So he messaged her and said he needed her to come talk to him to tell her about this vision he had, which why he couldn't have just told her in the message what it was, I don't know. But anyway, we went all the way to the tower and heard what he had to say, and then we came back and got back here last night.
Yeah, so his vision was fairly new.
So what is it that you do? Well, you said the tower?
Yeah. Yeah, I've done some study at the tower.
She just graduated.
Unexpectedly. Yeah.
Maid?
I don't know. No, not really a mage. More like, I don't know. I kind of have a way with magic. Just, it's a little chaotic. But I can do things. Simple things.
And you?
I survived.
I do a little street magic. It's pretty cool. In fact, I pull out my shiny rock. So would you like to see something in the rock?
Sure.
And I first spell. I say, my, what do I see? And I kind of do this to my rock, and I cast Prestidigitation.
All right.
So I can kind of create a little bit of breeze, a tiny bit of breeze in the air, and kind of like an odor, but not an unpleasant one. And then like a illusory image on the object of the surface here. Kind of like a mark, sort of faint, not really very blurry. And I show it to her from across the table. And I see, do you see anything?
I do. That's amazing.
What is it saying to you?
So what do I see?
Whatever you want. Do you see anything? Do you see colors? Do you see
Rorschach ink blot.
Kind of see a star, but I usually do.
You see a star. Ah.
I point to my locket.
And I look at it and I say, she shows great favor upon you. Would you agree?
Yes.
And then I change the colors a little bit to like a bright, bright green. And then I look into it again and I say, oh, and you will be traveling.
Amazing.
Hey. And I clear it out and I put it back in my bag.
And how much do you usually charge for the fortune?
Normally it's a little longer. Whatever they can spare.
We usually get good tips too.
I can see that.
And the odor just kind
I
of
check
lingers.
to make sure my bag is still on my belt.
The smell is still lingering. It's kind of like lavender and strawberry. It's kind of a nice mix. Like one second you'll get the lavender and like another couple seconds later you'll get the strawberry. It's kind of weird combination.
She didn't try to lift my
No, I'm off the clock right now.
All right, well, the waitress comes back and says, well, we do have tea.
Thank you.
Not sure how fresh it is, but we've got tea. And Jojo's boiling water for it. He also says that we've got some fish and roasted potatoes. And there's bread that was fresh this morning. And, of course, we've got the brandy sandwich all and pretty much any time. That's like our best seller.
I like sandwiches.
The brandy sandwich?
Yeah, Brandy's breakfast sandwich. Oh, you've not been here before, have you?
No. I like breakfast too.
Okay. Basically, it's 2 griddle cakes, pretty big, and they're stuffed with eggs and potatoes and breakfast meat, and it's served with honey and whatever kind of fruit preserves we happen to have. I think it's strawberry at the moment.
What's a griddle cake?
A sweet bread.
Give it a try.
Hang on. And she goes back.
I want one.
What's the cat's name?
You hear Jojo yell, Synchron!
Hi, Synchron. She's going to bring you some milk.
And she comes back this time with a tray, kind of, balances on her hip. She's got a bowl of milk, which she puts down next to Synchron's head, who immediately leaps to his feet and begins drinking.
Ooh.
And he puts the tea down in front of you, puts the porter in front of Zareth, puts the amber in front of Araman, and then holds out a plate for you to see. She says, I'm about to go on my lunch break, so Rhea's going to take care of you if you need anything else after I bring the food. But this is what I'm eating for lunch. This is a brandy sandwich. And you see, it's basically about 3/4 of an inch thick. About between 5 and 6 inches in diameter. And you see, it's got, it almost looks like it's like a layer of egg, but she kind of tips the top one up, and you can see that it looks like this egg was cooked in a pan about just slightly smaller in diameter than the griddle cakes. And so the egg and the potato and what looks to be ham are kind of all mixed together, and it basically creates almost like an egg cake.
Yes, please. That looks amazing. Yes, please.
Airman sort of leans over looking at it sideways and he's like, yeah, Zori, that's definitely you.
Definitely.
All right, one brandy special. Anything for you to eat? Looks at you, Arabelle.
I had lunch already. Thank you, though.
All right.
Did you need something?
Maybe I'll have some potatoes and bread.
Potatoes and bread. I can do that. And so she heads back to the bar. You notice that it's slowly starting to clear out. There still aren't any empty tables, but there are now some empty chairs at some of the tables. It seems mostly the ones in uniform are getting up and leaving.
Did you have an idea where you're headed next?
It was enough that we got here. You?
Wherever the lady takes me.
Does the lady take you lots of places often?
Just had a bit of an adventure to Dark Coast Keep.
Would we know anything about Dark Coast Keep?
Let's see. You might. Go ahead and make a history check.
Oof, good God.
Nice jail time.
Oh, yeah. 8.
12.
All right. Zorith, you think maybe you've heard that there might be a place in Aecathan called Dark Coast Keep. Araman, you know a little bit more. You know that it's up north, somewhere on the coast, and that it's manned by the Aecathan army.
Gotcha. Aecathan army?
Yes.
I think I've heard of it. Was it exciting, dangerous, fun, boring?
It was this almost sad look just for a moment comes over her face. It was there was an attack while we were there, but we were able to help heal the soldiers. It was part of my quest, I guess, to make sure I was on the right path.
Yeah, it's like a military outpost or something, isn't it?
Yes. It's been under assault several times in recent months.
I guess that's what it's there for.
So
I look over. Am I getting any food anytime soon?
Yeah. You actually look over just in time to see Jojo himself.
Ooh.
Bringing the food over. He's got a plate with a smaller plate with a generous heaping helping of fried potatoes and a basket with some bread and what looks to be a little crock of butter. And the other plate is bigger, and you see that it's got the sandwich on it and 2 little ramekins cocked on the edge of the plate. He walks over, says, "So who had the potatoes and the bread?"
That would be me.
"Here you go, son." And then he proceeds to walk around the table.
Because thanks, Pops.
And he walks around the table, grabs the other chair, flips it, So the back is against the table and sits down as he hands you the sandwich.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And I just get to it.
Yeah, it is. You have your choice. You can just eat it as is, but is also one of the ramekins has honey, and the other ramekin has what looks to be strawberry preserves.
I take at least 1 or 2 bites plain, and then I'll alternate dipping into the sauces.
All right.
She likes food. Huh?
Yeah, we'll leave those two alone for a bit.
Start to crack a smile, even.
So, you seem to know what your God wants you to do and where to go? Because I have no idea what we're doing.
Well, I knew to come. I figured out to come here and find the two of you. Where we go next, I don't know. I don't know how you find adventure.
You see Jojo's just kind of sitting like this on the chair watching you talk.
Jojo looks like he might have seen some adventure in his day.
Synchron has finished the milk and walks over and just kind of rubs himself up under Jojo's hands, and Jojo reaches out and starts petting the cat, and the cat starts purring.
So the cat normally doesn't let people sit here?
Picked up on that, did you?
Well, the bedding was a...
The awkward stares and silence kind of tipped me off.
You made a lot of people very rich and a lot of people very grumpy. Let's just put it that way.
Story of my life.
But, yeah. Ain't been anybody sitting at this table for going on a year.
No one sat at this table for a year.
Nope.
We're at the table for a year.
Nope. Not since the Band of Four was killed.
Have we heard of the Band of Four?
Make a history check.
Again?
That trick never works.
God dang, I am busy eating.
You didn't even hear the question.
8. I got an 8.
17.
16.
Jeez.
All right. Zorith, you're too busy eating. You're concentrating on the sensations from the food. The other two of you do recall about a year ago there was an adventuring group that was sent north to try to trailblaze the old shore path up to Dark Coast Keep from Airma, which had been abandoned because of incursions from offshore, strange creatures coming ashore. And the band actually made it all the way there, turned in their report, and was on their way back when they vanished. The coach they were riding in vanished. The horses vanished. The coach driver and the lookout vanished. No one ever heard from them again. All that was found was just a few miles south of the switching point. There was a section of ground right alongside the road that was, for lack of a better word, melted.
I'm eating.
The only survivor is currently purring at Jojo.
Well, that's not ominous.
Synchron belonged to them. And so, when I heard, I adopted him. Or, more appropriately, he adopted me. And, this was the last table that they sat at, and somehow he knows that.
They were your friends?
Yes, I knew him pretty well. They kind of made the Shouting Pirate their base. They'd come here and look for work and rest up and regale me with stories.
She
The brandy sandwich that your friend over here is eating is actually named after one of the band of four. She come up with the idea.
And a delicious one it is.
She reaches her hand over and with very kind eyes and says, "I'm so sorry for your loss."
I thank you. It was...
Yeah, that sucks.
The worst part is not knowing what happened to him. A big melted spot in the middle of the road doesn't exactly tell you anything.
That would be alarming.
The Lord Mayor sent a whole team up to investigate, and all they could come up with was it looked like somebody dumped a vat of acid on the roadway.
Oh, so it was a chemical reaction, not fire, not heat.
Doesn't seem that way. They said that it was melted, but if it had been heat, there'd have been glass or something. I don't know. I didn't understand most of what they was talking about.
Curious.
But,
I set my sandwich down and I wiped my hands on my pants. And I
Is there a napkin on the table?
No,
Okay.
this isn't the kind of place with napkins.
no. Hey, I was at least nice enough to wipe it on my pants and not on my shirt. So wipe it on my pants, and then I break off a little piece of like the egg and part, and I offer it to the cat. And I say,
He kind of sniffs at it, and then
"Sorry, little one, about your family."
he eats it out of your hand, and then just kind of butts your hand with his head a little.
And I'm gonna try to pet him if he'll let me.
Yep, he walks right out from under Jojo's hands and right under yours.
And I one-handed pick up the sandwich and the other hand just pet the cat.
And Jojo's looking at you just kind of with this quizzical look, and he's like, "That's so strange. Synchron don't take to anyone."
I'm sure anyone who's got food he'd like.
Nope. That'd be a bet you'd lose. There's a reason no one else has been sitting at this here table, and why the people who've tried have walked away scratched and bleeding.
And why are we the chosen?
Ask the cat.
Oh, I wish I could. As I pet the cat, I break some off and give the cat a little bit of food.
Okay.
A little bit of food. The sandwich is delicious.
Well, he eats it. Seems to be happy.
You said that they made their base here. Is there a lot of adventuring work that comes through here?
Aye. That's one of the reasons why people keep coming back. I mean, I'd like to say it's for the ambiance, but I know my place. But
You don't have to worry about her coming back. She'll be back for the sandwiches.
That is another reason that people come back. But
Now,
no,
I look at my brother and I say, "I do love to eat, and you know that."
No, they come. They come to look at the job board. And he kind of points along the wall. And on the other side of the fireplace, you see that there's a piece of wood hanging from a rope and a couple nails, and there seem to be, from your standpoint, all you can see is that there are nails pounded into it periodically, and you can see some scraps of parchment hanging from it. He says, "The one thing about this place is that everybody in town knows that this is where you come if you're a sailor or a mercenary, or you're just trying to be a professional adventurer. And so they put their wanted notices here. Haven't been a whole lot of people looking at the board lately."
We should maybe check it out.
What, me?
Do you read?
I'm not an adventurer.
You don't think that's why we're here?
Sorry?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. We don't have any other options other than sitting here and meeting our new friend. Arabelle?
Arabelle.
Arabelle.
Arabelle, that's nice to meet you.
Oh, sorry. Arabelle is someone, and she reaches her hand out to shake his.
Very nice. You're much more polite than most people who come in here. You're always going to be welcome here at the Shouting Pirate.
I motioned to myself with my sandwich. Zorith. Airman.
How do you do?
I think she does very well, at least after she ate that.
Yep.
Well, it is our most popular food. Brandy was a genius when it came to designing food. I didn't know.
I regret that I've never been here before.
You come to Armagh often?
I was born here.
Really? Do your kin still live here?
Yes, my parents.
And who might they be?
Lord and Lady Thebes.
I look over to Aramin when she says Lord and Lady and do like the eyebrow raise.
Yeah, Jojo literally goes,
Wait.
"You're Lord and Lady Thebes' daughter and you're in me bar?"
Is that okay?
As long as your parents don't mind, they could. As long as your parents don't mind, they could get me shut down if they wanted to.
I don't live with my parents. They don't pay for my life. I need to earn my way and help anyone I can.
So you're on your own now then?
Yes, I'm on my own.
Would we know that Lord and Lady even though we just got to town?
You can try and make a history check. But
you are correct. I can try.
I can make a history check effortlessly. Pass it, I don't know.
Daddy won.
Well, you're positive that you heard about them. They're the ones that have the orgies.
Not.
I raise my eyebrows. I raise my eyebrows and I look at her and I go, I can see why you might want to be on your own.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, yeah, you've never heard of them before.
Okay.
But apparently your sister has.
Yeah, I'm looking at her really confused.
So is Arabelle.
Wild parties? Is that Lord and Lady of Wild Parties, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Darn. I'm going to just finish up my sandwich. I'm almost done.
Well, I think I'll take a look at the board.
I shrug. Might as well.
So I will walk over to the board.
So, really, adventuring? That's what you want to do? He's talking to you, Zori.
Well, I mean, what else are we supposed to do?
I don't know. What do we usually do?
Well,
You do your little hat trick, and I shake people down.
You saying that in front
It
of
seemed to
JoJo?
work fine.
oh yeah, JoJo's sitting here, huh?
Yep.
Hmm.
I look at him and I say, the girl in front of us, Arabelle, she seems to know more about what's going on than we do. Do people come in here often looking for an extra person for their adventuring?
Sometimes.
Hmm.
Most of the time they come in, they're already in a group or they're striking out on their own.
Hmm.
Let me take a
I
look.
mean, what can it hurt? Maybe there's some coin in it for us.
Oh, mercenaries needed to hunt bandits. Not sure what an SDM is, but I don't think I want to know. Hunters wanted. Inquire at the Talon. Oh, that's the inn I was at earlier. I can't read the two on the left. Someone to
Kill rats? Sorry, I'm not there, but I can read it.
Thanks. The top one, I just see 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, the top one seems to be missing part of the parchment. What you can read is someone to son his nam, you assume name, 10 GP rewa, you assume that's reward, and contact, and then whoever the contact was, that's been ripped off.
So somebody probably took that one.
Yep. The bottom one says, someone to kill rats. See Megan Goodbarrel at the Cozy Blade Inn. Discretion required.
I'm guessing that means her inn is full of rats. Glad I haven't stayed there. Walk back over and tell them about the three. The other one I didn't really understand. It said SDM looking for SEF. Seems like a code that probably isn't us if we don't know what it means.
Now would I know what that means?
Airman,
Yeah.
Make an intelligence check.
All right. 9.
You're not entirely sure, but it doesn't sound clean.
Yeah. I don't know what that is, and I want to keep it that way.
Gotcha.
JoJo's just kind of going, because clearly he does know what it means.
I keep forgetting that he's here.
Someone at the Cozy Blade Inn is looking for someone to kill rats discreetly.
Megan?
Yeah, so if it's discreetly, maybe there's an
I'd
infestation there.
I'd do anything for Megan.
We didn't see any rats when we stayed there. At
Maybe
least,
she was talking about us.
oh, maybe.
Thorin, is that his name, or Thonin?
Thonin.
Thonin's looking for someone as hunters, and then there's somebody at the one of the temples is looking for mercenaries to hunt bandits.
Ooh. We're not quite mercenaries. I don't even know if we'd be
hunters.
I don't know if we'd be even considered hunters. I mean, we do okay when we need to.
I mean, you know, if we're just doing this for gold, it doesn't really matter what we are, does it?
Well, I want to do good. The Shrine of...
I'll meet you halfway. I want to do it for good money.
The Shrine of
Eidos.
Eidos. Is that... Do I know which god that is?
Make a religion check.
20. Dirty 20.
Oh yeah. You know this one of the neutral deities. It's the deity of mercantile opportunity and craftsmen and women.
Eidos is the god or goddess, sorry.
God.
God of opportunity. That seems to be up your alley.
Well, let's get something straight off the bat if we're going to start adventuring together. I don't do religion at all, mercantile or otherwise.
Well, I know Thonin and you know Megan, so we can try those. Rats doesn't sound very appealing, though.
No, but I want to help Megan if I can.
I don't know. And I look at JoJo and I say, what do you think Hunters is about? If
What?
it's for an inn.
What, for Thonin?
Yes.
He wants you to go hunt Tharanox so he can continue serving him in his inn.
What about
Oh.
maybe the bandits? That doesn't sound like they're up to any good.
No sweat off my brow.
Have you done this sort of thing before?
Let's go with no.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Eh,
I fought goblins. And kobolds. I think that's what they were.
from
I
what
thought
I'm
pirates.
from what I'm hearing on the street, these bandits are nothing to take lightly.
Oof.
So I'm thinking probably not for your first time out.
We had an altercation that we came away from, but it's not like
Really?
we went looking for it.
With bandits?
Well, pirates.
Pirates.
Okay, now you've got to tell me the story.
Well, it was on the river ride out here.
Clever Sprite.
The clever sprite.
I
Yeah.
read on
Oh.
the sprite.
And we were
Yeah.
going under one of the bridges
Yeah.
and they jumped.
They ambushed.
Yeah. They ambushed us.
Well, I'm guessing they lost.
Hardcore lost. Yes.
They did.
Yeah.
Well, it's much more exciting than goblins wanting to eat you.
Clever Sprite's got a very impressive lady wizard. And she's
Yes.
nothing to mess with. I found that out the hard way, and he kind of rubs his hip.
Yeah. The head cheese that attacked us didn't. He learned that the hard way too.
I bet.
Oh, we can go see Thonin and check out the hunting.
I don't want to go hunt for turkeys.
Well, then our options are limited. We've got
Have you
rats, turkeys, or a god.
Have you ever seen a Tharanoch? It's not a turkey. Ugh. They're kind
Rats,
of
bird-
they're kind of fierce.
We can go talk to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did it say how much he was paying?
No, I just said
No.
inquire.
The only one that mentioned price was the one that part of it's ripped off. You did notice, however, when you went over there, that there's actually a sheet of rules for the shouting pirate as well.
I didn't read them. I wasn't over there.
Okay.
I can tell them what the rules were. I can't read it.
All right. Yeah,
No fighting.
Rule number 1, no fighting unless JoJo says you can. Rule number 2, no shouting, except for JoJo, of course. Rule number 3, pay as you go or go you will. Rule number 4, credit be for bankers. Number 5, no magic except to entertain. Rule number 6, damage will be paid for in gold or sweat.
Ooh.
And number 7, JoJo reserves the right to throw ye out on your ass.
Well,
And she tells us those.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And I grin at JoJo when I get to the last one.
And you see that as you're telling them, JoJo's mouthing the rules along with you. And he gets to the last one and just grins and goes, well, an innkeeper's got to have some fun.
Susan, will you wish us luck?
Am I still
I
petting?
think he
Probably.
said no.
Yep.
Speaking of which, and I kind of wipe my hands again because I'm all done. How much do I owe you for this?
Let's see. You had the amber and a glass of the porter and the sandwich and some potatoes and bread.
I pull out a gold piece and toss it to him.
Oh, I'll get your change.
Don't worry about it.
Well, thank you, but
Miss, that's way too much. You could probably
You gave
buy...
us a lot of information.
Aye, but the information's free as long as it's kindly asked for.
I start getting in my purse. Like, I can't have you pay for us.
Why? Just take it out of the earnings that we have.
We haven't earned anything yet.
Basically, your entire meal came to 3 silver and 5 copper.
Well, you can split it with the 2 waitresses that helped us.
Well, actually, the other one never came over because JoJo came over instead.
Mm.
Money's only good if it's with somebody who can use it.
Can't say I've ever heard that attitude before, but I like it.
And if it's too much, then if somebody comes in and doesn't have enough to eat, they'll cover.
All right. I'll make sure to give Jelia a bit of it for tip. But, yeah. I'll hang on to it for just that sort of reason.
What?
It's very nice. It's also nice that you can afford to do that.
I don't need much.
I look at Airman and I just kind of shake my head.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
I'll walk a little bit ahead so you two can talk about me if that would help.
Might help her. I don't care if you're there or not.
Jojo stands up and says, well, it was a pleasure meeting y'all, especially since the cat likes you.
Well, hopefully we'll be back to tell you about our turkey hunt.
Well, you're welcome back anytime, and I can't wait till I hear what you think of them Tharnox. Shakes his head and walks behind the bar.
Pet the cat and kind of like lean down and like air kiss it, not real close because still tentative. And I say,
right.
Thanks for the company.
And the cat like kind of stretches its head out and like boops your nose with its nose.
Oh my God. Boop. Oh, boop. And then as I get up, I turn the chair back around and I gather up all of our plates and I take them back to the bar.
Oh, thank you, miss. You didn't have to do that.
Well,
Hooray, would have been along momentarily. Starting to die down in here now.
Synchron, what's our table?
What'd you say?
Yeah, make sure nobody else sits here.
Well, it was packed when we...
Up top. To the cat.
Oh.
The cat looks at you for a second and then raises its paw like, huh?
He bops it.
I scratch him behind the ears.
Licks
There were
it.
no tables in here when I got here, except for this one. So if Synchron will keep it clear for us, that's...
Works for me.
Yeah.
And I head out the door.
Head back to where I started.
All right. So, as you head back across the bridge, you're headed back toward the west side of the city, back toward the direction you'd take to get to the tower, or get back to the city that you came from. Costed's Waves. So it's probably a little past mid-afternoon now. And as you're walking along, you're seeing lots of people. In fact, you catch your very first sight of, well, it's Arabelle's first sight. Araman and Zorath, you've encountered a couple of them before, but you see a creature walking along that looks like a bipedal dragon with silver scales. You've heard about these. Sort of residue from the war with the orcs many years ago. Their dragon allies apparently were able to make themselves look like the races of the land and actually force themselves on women of varying races. And not long afterwards, the first dragonkin were born.
And we've seen them before.
Yeah, you've seen a couple of them. You've seen one with red scales and one with gold scales, but never seen one with silver scales before. Arabelle, you learned about this in as part of your training, because Torora teaches that, you know, these creatures are blameless for their heritage. And the temple took a firm stance on, you know, they are to be treated with kindness until they demonstrate that they don't deserve kindness.
Like everyone else.
Yeah.
All right. So we wander to the Theranox Talon Inn.
All right.
What was the other place? Was it the Lonely Giant Inn? I'll have to take Zorath there for some Triceratops pie.
Hmm.
Do you like dessert?
Do I like dessert? Speaking of which, did you know the place that we're going actually has something called a donut? It's amazing.
I don't think I've had that.
It's amazing. It's like sweet and like cake and oh God, it's amazing.
Like the griddle cake?
No, like cake that's been fried, kind of. It's delicious.
All right.
There's another inn in town. They have this huge cake, and then they drench it in sweetened peaches and then pour cream over it.
Oh. Do we have time to stop? Oh no, we should go.
Maybe it'll be our reward for
Ooh.
hunting Theranos.
Excellent. I can't wait. hopefully we'll make it through this.
All right.
Or
Well,
with it.
you walk till you're almost out of town. You can see pretty much the edge of town and the beginning of the farmlands that surround the city. And you see on the left-hand side of the road, there's a sign hanging in front of a fairly nice-looking building, 2-story brick, white tile roof, and the sign just features a painting of a 3-digit talon.
Right.
Walk inside.
Yep.
All right. You walk inside. Not a lot of people in here at this point, but the staff are moving fairly quickly. You get the sense that they're preparing for something.
Is he still at the desk or is he behind the bar
He's
now?
behind the bar now.
Walk up to him. Hey, what's up?
Oh, you're back.
Indeed I am.
Thanks
Right.
for the ride to the tower.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Oh,
Glad to see you made it safe there and back.
by the way, the fat guy, what's his name?
The guy we rode with,
No, your mentor.
Oberus.
Yeah, Oris is very, very angry with you. Just heads up.
Yeah, the donuts.
Oh, dear.
I shared one with him. I didn't know it was going to be an issue, but maybe you should deliver some with the next batch of ale that you give.
I'll be sure to do that. I still trying to finish perfecting them.
Oh, I thought they were perfect.
Evidently, so does he.
We've added a couple new things to them.
I'm sure he'll like them.
Kind of got the
So
idea.
anyway,
Kind of got the idea from one of the other places in town. Now it's got a chocolate dipping sauce.
Ooh.
so the reason we're here
Oh, aye.
is you had a contract on some hunting or something.
Oh, aye. You're interested in work then?
Yes.
Well, always in need of the help. Usually I can keep up with the demand, Costas gives and Costas takes away, but seems to be taking away a little bit more than he's given these days. So I need...
Funny how religion seems to do that.
so I need a little additional help.
Well, we'll see what we can do.
Where do we find them? Theranox?
Tharanox. See, our specialty is the roasted Tharanox with the spiced potatoes and the greens. Yeah, add in a mug of the hard cider and you'll be hard-pressed to find a better meal in all of Armagh. But, confidentially, I'm almost out of Tharanox. And my usual hunters moved. So...
Bummer.
Yes. So I've been advertising and nobody's been inquiring, so I'm happy that you're interested.
So how many do you need?
They're pretty large, so I'm thinking for now 6.
So is it like a bounty, or
I'll pay 5 gold for each bird. And bring me an even half dozen, I'll throw in a 10 gold piece bonus.
oh,
Wow, what do they look like?
Oh. So you've not seen one then?
nope.
No?
Not really sure I want to tell you because I'm afraid that it might scare you away.
Oh, they have talons, right? That's the name of the inn. So it's like a big giant bird.
Aye.
I can handle a bird.
Right?
Well, you say that, but until you've actually been face to face with one, there's well, there's a learning curve. Imagine, if you will, sort of a cross between an eagle and a turkey.
An eagle and a turkey?
Aye. And make it about 3 times as big as any turkey you've ever seen.
Oh.
And it's a carnivore.
And it's a carnivore.
Standard diet is rabbits, deer. They've even been known to bring down elk.
Wow.
So where do they tend to live?
Best place to hunt be in the grasslands between here and the Janos Wood. And you can actually go in the wood and hunt, but got to deal with the tower. No more than 3 can actually come from inside the forest.
So where would the rest come from?
Oh, out in the grasslands.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
we will set off in search of some
Theranog.
facts.
Aye.
Sound good?
No, but it's all we got, so let's do it.
How do you want them? Do we just bring them back once we've killed them? We don't have to like dress them or anything, right?
No. I got people here to do that.
6.
Got a gnome that has a particular talent for defeathering the birds.
I don't think I needed to know that.
I lean into Airman and I say, how are we going to carry back 6 really, really big birds?
Maybe Arabelle's stronger than she looks.
Maybe. Do you, how big, how do we carry back 6 of these?
That's a good question. There being only 3 of you.
Maybe a wagon or a cart.
That would be a good idea.
I think he means we have to get one.
Well, yeah, we can rent one.
Aye.
Okay. I guess this is what we're doing now.
All right.
We'll see you soon.
Are you planning on starting out now? It's almost
Probably
dinner
in
time.
the morning.
Probably in the morning.
Do you have 2 rooms?
You can stay with me if you'd like.
Okay.
In the same room?
I mean, I have a house.
Oh.
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 It's not far. It's here in the West Ward.
I look at Airman and I raise my eyebrows again, like, howdy-tidy, He knows I didn't say that, but he knows my eyebrow raise.
I mean, it's nothing fancy, but if you don't mind sharing a room, or we could share.
I'll share with my brother. Thanks.
It's up to you.
Cool.
Right then.
And how far is it?
It's not far. It's here in the West Ward.
Do you know where he's talking, where these things are?
The tower, isn't that where she went to school?
Yes.
So the woods around that.
Yeah, he's basically, make an intelligence check.
Everybody?
Yeah, if you're trying to figure this out.
Ooh, hey, better. I have some idea.
23.
19.
Intelligence 14. God dang.
All right. All three of you know the general geography around this area of Aecathan, and Zoreth and Araman, you know very well that to get from here to the tower, there's a trade road that goes through the grasslands for quite a while and then enters the Janos Wood and ends up at the tower. So
Right.
clearly he's talking about out there.
Mm.
Right.
All right. Well, let's get a good night's sleep and maybe get to know each other a little bit and head out in the morning.
I need a map of the world, but I'll pull that up. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, you leave the Tharanox Talon, and Arabelle leads you to a modest home. It's not fancy, but it looks well built, and looks like somebody's taking care of it.
Please come inside.
And we do.
All right. So what's it like on the inside?
So there's kind of main living space, wood stove to cook, things like that, and then there's 2 doors that go off, presumably into bedrooms. She'd walk over and open a door, and you're welcome to use this room if you don't mind sharing.
No.
Feel free to put your things away. There's 2 beds in there. Everything's very clean.
Araman would go into the room and start taking his gear off and stowing it. And
There's not a lot of things in there. The beds are made. You might see like 1 or 2 children's toys in the corner. They don't look like they've been moved. A little dust on them.
I'll take off all my stuff and put it on the other bed. And I sit down and I say, well, I mean, it's something.
better than anything I ever had.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's really nice. She must be loaded. I don't say it in a loud voice. I say it in that conspiratorial tone when you're talking about something in another room.
So when we get back from this, do you think we should see how much you can donate to our cause?
I don't know. Let's see how it goes. I mean, if we're supposed to go with her, or we're supposed to at least, we should probably figure out how it goes first. What do you think?
Well, even though she's church going.
But she said she healed, so that's better than we've had before.
Granted. But I'm getting a good vibe from her that she's looking out for the less fortunate.
Right.
Makes me happy.
Right. Feel better.
Yes. Especially someone who's come from privilege.
To be looking out for those less fortunate. Absolutely.
It's extraordinarily rare.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe there's something to her.
Well, yeah. Let's definitely roll with her before we roll her.
So while they're in there, I'll start getting my gear pulled out so that it's ready for the morning.
What time is it? Evening, afternoon still?
Yeah, it's probably dinner time.
Then I'll start making dinner.
And does it smell amazing?
I have to roll something. Hopefully, I don't burn it. But you'd smell if you start cooking while you're in there talking.
Make a performance check.
Ooh, fancy.
My check though, right? So I should be good. 9. It didn't really roll, it bounced.
It smells edible.
Well, I taste it. If it's not good, then I would add a little bit more. So
All right.
can I try again then? Since
I'll poke my head out and ask if she needs any help.
That got worse.
Should I try to roll to see if I can help her?
I don't know. Arabelle, do you want to let her come and help you?
Oh, certainly. Sorry, I must be a little out of practice.
Ooh, 16 plus performance,
Yep.
20.
She's
She knows
got
her way around
she's
food.
she's got game when it comes to food. Like she
I
makes
picked up on that.
she makes a couple suggestions, some spice combinations that you'd never thought to put together before, but it smells amazing once it cooks in.
This looks great. Thank you.
You're welcome. I've made food. Well, food has actually become, it became really important. And now that it's available all the time, I definitely like to eat it all the time.
You didn't always have it?
No.
I'm sorry.
We've had some lately, so it's been well.
You won't
And
go
I just-
hungry tonight.
What?
You won't go hungry tonight.
Yeah, and I bustle doing some more cooking things, and I ask where the plates are, and I
And she'd get them
Kind of.
down.
lay the table out. I'm assuming there's a table.
Yes.
Okay, I lay the table out for, like the guest thing.
Right. Set the table.
Yeah, set the table, but out of, like honor to you, like you've made all the food, I'll do the table and stuff.
So she was, before, when you came out of the room, you came straight to help, but you might see it. There's a set of chainmail, a big shield, and a big sword sitting out next to her door now.
Walk by the sword and I'm looking at it. Well, you must be making an awfully big steak.
I was just getting things ready for tomorrow.
Hmm.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Doris helped, so It smells very good.
Yeah, she's a good cook.
And we eat.
Zora's favorite part of the day. Every time.
Every meal.
Right.
Well, you need anything? Is the room okay?
It's fine.
It's nice. It's very nice.
We don't get to sleep on beds often.
At the sanctum, we had cots, and they're almost worse than no bed at all.
Yep. The floor, the forest, they're all work.
So coming from privilege, why did you decide to serve the clergy?
I wanted to help people, and it seemed the best way. So I started, when I was young, I went to the sanctum for the first time and began my studies to be a cleric. And then I left for a while, and then...
Yes, but why?
Why what?
Why would you want to do that?
Well, why wouldn't you want to help people?
Well, because you don't need to.
I don't understand.
Well, we help people because they don't have anything, and we can give a little. Well, we try, but
Oh, I have a lot. Well, I did then. I don't now, but
Let me just put it this way. Typically, people from your lifestyle don't really give two rips about people with our lifestyle.
I guess that's just not how I was raised.
That's pleasantly refreshing.
yeah.
There's no point in having money if you can't help people with it. What else would you do with it? Just keep it and get more? That seems silly.
Definitely, you're one of the few that feels that way.
Money means different things to different people.
I suppose if I'd never had any, I might feel differently. But
Well, in civilization, it's how you survive. Like I said, that's what I do.
And I continue to eat. Awkward pauses and everything.
eat and then clean up and...
Well, after we finished eating, Airman goes and starts collecting the dishes and cleaning up the table and
Thank you.
takes care of them. Now, you cooked.
You have this moment of surreal it just doesn't quite seem right that there are two elves in your house and one of them is cleaning your dishes.
I can do that. I mean, you're my guests.
Well, it's only polite.
He keeps going.
All right. He seems to know what he's doing.
Well, she knows how to cook, so maybe he knows how to clean.
Hello, Senior Fuzzy Butt.
Sorry. I think the mailman just came. I'm so sorry. He was doing so good, too.
All right. It's all right.
Hey, he's a star too, you know.
Right, right.
In his own right, in his own mind. Kind of the same thing.
Yep.
That's all that matters, isn't it?
All right.
I'll
So
have Nikki post a picture of Senior Fuzzy Butt on her Twitter.
I will post a picture of Senior Fuzzy Butt.
So, dinner's done. Dishes are cleaned and put away.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well,
I'm going to go into the room and kind of practice my prestidigitation. I was a little rusty when I was doing it for her, so I want to like kind of get better at it. It's been a while. So I'm just going to like practice making like the sparks and the color and the light. And
she's not going to blow anything up, is she?
She may very well.
do I hear him say that?
I don't know. Make a perception check.
Probably not.
Natural 20.
In a pause, you hear that short conversation.
Not with this spell.
She yells from the room.
There you go.
It's the most sibling thing ever that's what you roll well on.
I know, right? So,
Yeah.
by the way, that was 23. Just to
Well,
let
it's
you
a
know.
natural 20, so.
All right.
All right.
Is he quiet? She doesn't have a whole lot to say.
Does she have her money pouch on her?
It's probably on the.
Or a pouch?
She has a pouch, yes.
He's going to try to lift it from her, the pouch.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check. And Arabelle, make a perception check.
Okay, so that is a 17.
Mine is a 17 plus 5, 22.
All right. Well,
You're lucky because it rolled up on that and then bounced back.
You see him walk towards you like he's going to walk past you, and he kind of gently bumps into you, and you feel fingers at your waist.
She grabs his wrist. If you need money, I'll be happy to give you some.
No, I was trying to show off. It didn't work.
I have eyes in the back of my head.
Really? That's weird.
Sorry to have ruined your fun.
I'll have more.
All right. Well, after just a little while longer, you decide probably good to turn in, get a good night's rest so you can get going. About normal time for you, Arabelle, really fucking early for the other two.
Yeah.
But
Maybe we can, our way out of town, we can stop in the morning and get donuts for the road.
Oh, that would be amazing. Wait till you try them. Wait till you try them. I'm not lying. They're the best things ever. Well, I don't know, that griddle cake sandwich thing, that was pretty good too. Oh, so many good things in town.
all right. And as you say your goodnights and climb into bed, this is a good time to take a break.
Very good.
So we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Excellent. Fancy, Jeff.
I did my best.
Although now it's on a countdown. Shit.
Well, yes. Eventually, when we get stuff, maybe we'll go and play with it.
Right on. It's still awesome.
And welcome back. Yes.
Boy, that seems like a long time until you actually try to do it.
Yep. That it does. And revealed yet another little technical glitch. So we'll get that fixed by next week.
Anyhow, Jeff is fancy, just in case you didn't know. You do now.
Well, I know just enough Premiere to be dangerous. So,
Which is more than the rest of us combined.
well, yeah. All right. So the sun rises, and Arabelle, you rise with it as you usually do. You still hear the sounds of sleeping coming from your guest room.
Say my prayers and prepare for the day.
Airman's awake. He's just sitting in his bed.
Well, that makes me last to wake up. Fine, I wake up.
Technically, we don't sleep, but yeah.
Pretty comfy. Boy, pretty cool. We get up and I guess we get ready to
We'll start.
go out there. Do you have a cart in this place too, or do you know of a place where we can rent one?
Do I have the wagon back, Jeff, or would it have been destroyed?
It would have been destroyed.
I think we can rent one here in town.
Hopefully it won't be more than what we get. I don't know what.
It shouldn't be very much.
Oh. Hold, please.
I finish donning my armor.
Yeah, I put all my stuff back on and tighten the straps, ready to go.
And it appears that we are back.
We could hear you the whole time.
What? We're
Yep.
back.
So, yeah, isn't Zoom fun?
It is when it works.
Right, right.
What?
All right, so since everything is back, yes. Last thing I heard was Zoreth say that she woke up too.
Yes, I woke up too. So I guess we got to get all of our stuff ready.
Yep. I get all of my gear back on, all the buckles, straps tightened down securely, and put my weapons on.
Yep. Same.
She has her chainmail, her kind of the tunic. It's very similar to what she had on the day before, but it's blue underneath the chainmail. She's got her big shield and long sword strapped to her back. And she's still wearing the locket that she had on the day before.
All right.
Kind of tucks it down in so it's protected. And go and see if we can find somewhere to rent a cart and a couple of horses, probably in the merchant ward.
Probably. Or maybe even in Port Ward.
Oh, okay. Would I know somewhere for something like that?
Make, let's see. Still getting my brain around all of these.
Non-third edition stuff.
Yes. Make an intelligence check.
6.
Oof.
You have no idea. You've
makes-
never tried to get one on your own, and your parents always had people to do that for them.
Well, I wasn't thinking of that. I was thinking of, her life. She was married to a merchant, so figured.
Yes, who had his own stuff.
Well, we can ask Thonin when we go get donuts.
Yeah. And we head that way because I'm all about the donuts for breakfast.
All right. All right. Well, you get there, and there are people in the Talon when you get there, but not a lot. And you see Thonin.
I walk up to the thing and I ask for. See, there's 3 of us, 6 donuts at least.
All right. And your waitress says, which kind?
I think you have 4 now.
No, we've still got 3.
3. 2 of each, please.
All right. And do you want the dippin' sauce too?
Yeah, he said that's new. Yes, please.
Right. Anything to drink?
Wait, 2 of each, is that enough for everybody? Yes. Wait.
We've got some cider, the non-alcoholic kind.
Perfect.
Oh gosh. 3 of each.
Right. 3 of each and cider all around?
Yes, please.
Right. I'll be right back. She goes off. So you can see workmen coming in. Some of them look awake. Some of them look pretty groggy.
These donut things are amazing. Wait till you taste them. 1 for everybody. So good.
Is that 1 for each of us and the other 6 for her?
Maybe.
No. 1 for everybody. And whatever he doesn't eat, I'll eat.
All right. Well, it's not very long. She comes out with a platter, and she puts down copper tankards. Clearly, that's the apple cider. It smells like apple cider. And then she sits down a plate of these round, thick cakes, 3 different colors, and sits down 3 ramekins of something velvety brown.
Miss, do you happen to know where in town we might be able to rent a cart and horses?
Yeah. You're not gonna like it much, but yeah, I know.
Where's that?
You're gonna want to go see Rothgard.
Roughguard?
Yeah.
And where can we?
And don't let him intimidate you.
Okay. Where can we find him?
Just 1 street over, and then follow the smell.
Quick question. Does he have a competitor?
Not really. I mean, you could try to go to one of the shipping companies and see if you could get something from them, but most of theirs are in use most of the time.
That's fine. I have a plan.
We could bring him some donuts.
It has worked before. So the donuts are amazing. One's thick cake, golden brown, crunchy, like butter and vanilla taste. One of them looks like it's covered in rusty salt, which is like cinnamon and sugar. And one is like white of snow with bits of white kind of fall off onto the plate, and it's just straight old sweet. And then there's the velvet brown stuff to dunk them in.
I'll start with the first one you described.
Kind of like the sauce in the ramekins is kind of like a cross between hot fudge and hot chocolate.
Evidently, we'll be making a cookbook soon.
If I knew how to make any of this stuff, sure.
Can't wait.
I can describe it real well, but making it myself,
I can make a hot chocolate, hot fudge.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to learn.
And the
to
other
make
one
donuts.
was the other one that you told me about was peaches and cream, right?
Yep.
Peaches and cream on cake.
I can't wait.
Ah,
Okay.
yes. Triceratops pie.
Yes. So we eat our donuts and
Head
see.
over one street over
maybe we should get a couple of these donuts to bribe him if we need to.
go. Oh yeah, we got to pay for them too. Let's get just a couple of the cake donuts, the golden brown crunchy ones, the butter and vanilla ones to go. As I longingly think about taking more than that to go, but I'm
Well,
fine.
I don't think I ate 3 donuts, so you probably have a few more to take with us.
Mhm.
Did you eat 3 donuts?
I did not.
Yeah. So you have like 4 donuts to go.
I didn't even finish my donut.
Oh,
Very good, but very sweet.
Very sweet. Sweeter than I like.
Cider was delicious.
cider was delicious. But I get them to wrap it up to go, and with his 2 little crunchy butter vanilla ones separate.
All right, comes out to 2 silver and 1 copper
Got it.
for everything.
Remove. Perfect.
Thank you for breakfast.
Well, thank you for dinner and lunch yesterday.
So, shall we go see Rough Guard?
Rough guard. Yep.
Roth,
Follow the smell.
like R-O-T-H.
Oh, Rothgard.
Yes.
I like rough better.
Well, I don't want to call him Rough Guard if his name's Rothgard. That's not going to help.
Rough guard sounds like somebody guarding a gate who's pissed. You know?
Hey, I don't know.
That's the easy guard. I'm the rough guard.
Woo woo.
Sounds more like a cheap toilet paper to me.
Yeah. Oh, man, all they got left is the rough guard. All right, so you head out and you go back to the east, 1 street over, and you turn down the street, and sure enough, you
Good
start
God, what
smelling
is
horse
that
poop.
smell? It's that smell.
Charming.
Yep. Well,
So you said you have an angle?
Maybe. If we need it.
Excellent. We are there.
all right. You see actually a pretty well put together wooden building, taller than most single story buildings, and it's got a couple really large doors that are closed and 1 regular sized door that's open. You can hear horses, going and whinnying and neighing, but it's out behind the building. And there's a painted sign over the larger doors that said Solbard Livery Stable.
Solbard?
Solbard. Solbard.
Well, who wants to go in first?
People generally like me.
After you.
After you.
Whether the dice will, we'll see.
All right, well, you go through the door. You see a room that there's a desk and a chair. There's a couple other chairs sitting off to the side. And then there's a door in the back. There's nobody else in there.
I follow her in.
I follow him in.
So we don't see no proprietor.
Nobody in this room. But there is
Hello?
a door at the back of the room.
Oh, okay. Is it open or closed?
Closed.
Knock on it?
No answer.
Maybe he's out in the stables. Is there a way around from outside?
Well, there are two like really big doors, like barn doors, but they were closed.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. I don't want to
I
start.
go over and open one.
Okay.
All right. You look in and you see what looks to be a stagecoach type conveyance, and a covered wagon, and an open, smaller wagon. It's like a big cart.
Do I see anybody?
Make perception check.
Hmm.
Cocked. Oh, nice. 21.
Ooh.
You don't see anybody in the carriage house, but you do catch a glimpse of somebody walking past a door in the back of the carriage house.
Hey, yo!
You see a head lean back, looking at the door.
You open
I
for
wave.
business?
Ah!
You open for business.
Ah!
Need a couple of horses and a cart.
Ah! Meet you in the office.
All right. Close the barn door and go back over to the office.
All right.
So we could see inside, right? We could see around him. So we saw the different wagons.
Well, you saw the different wagons, and then he was back. There's a door out the back of that large room with the wagons, and he was out behind that part of the building.
I don't think
looks
we
like-
should get it.
Looks like the door leads outside.
Right. I think maybe we should get the middle wagon that's covered and not the open wagon.
Okay.
I mean, we don't want the stagecoach, obviously.
But no, that's not going to be helpful.
And the open one is just inviting.
Things to swoop down and take away our stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking about rain.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I'd do that too.
Well, I was thinking creatures, swooping.
Yeah, we're going to be getting Theranox. They said they're carnivores. We don't necessarily need them grabbing themselves and taking away what we've worked so hard for.
So you
Right.
see this guy walk in, human, definitely needs a shave. Looks like he's maybe in his 60s. Just a little bit of hair left around his head, but it kind of sticks out. He basically looks disheveled. And he's wearing what you hope is just mud-smeared overalls.
I would make a perception check, but I'm pretty sure that's poo.
I don't want to know, so I'm not going to check.
And he says, "Yeah, how can I help you?"
So we'd like, if we may, to rent that covered wagon you have out there and a couple of horses to pull it.
How do you know I got a covered wagon?
Well, I saw it when I opened up the barn door to yell at you.
And what are you doing open up my doors?
Looking for you.
Did you knock?
Yes.
Oh.
You must be Mr. Rothgard?
Solbard. Rothgar Solbard.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Nah.
So, yes or no on the wagon and horses?
How long?
Oh, hopefully no more than a day.
I say 2. Maybe? I don't know.
Hopefully not more than 2 days.
Yep. 2
We're
days.
running. We're traveling to the Janos Wood and back.
Before are you doing that?
Business.
Oh, business. Huh. All right. Let me see. Sits down at the desk, pulls out a piece of parchment, inkwell, pen, starts scribbling.
Okay.
All right. Bit and bridle. 2 horses. Wagon. You working for anybody in town?
Yeah.
Onan.
Oh, Donan. That. Know him. He gets this glint in his eye. Ain't happen to have a donut.
And I go into my bag and I produce both of them. I certainly do.
Make a perception check, just Zoreth.
Perception?
Yep.
19.
For a brief second, you actually see him smile. Not with his face, but with his eyes. And then they go back to being ornery. Yeah. Well, if you're working for Thonin, he'll vouch for you.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Do you need references?
Yeah. He's good for it. We can waive the deposit. So, let's see. 2 horses. Bit and bridle. Covered wagon, you say?
Yep, please.
Mm, 2 days. Call it 10 gold for the whole thing.
If we throw in one of those donuts.
2 donuts.
We already have.
Right? That's why I believe you're working for Thonin.
Well, and I look at Arabelle
You know,
and I say,
you can't
it's
do
a
a
little-
little bit better. It seems a little steep. It's been a while since I've rented a cart, or wagon, but it seems a little high.
We can buy almost our old cart for that.
Make a persuasion check, Arabelle.
Natural 1.
Oh, son of a gun.
Which is a 6.
Pull out 10 gold pieces and just hand it to him.
Yeah, because you kind of see him look her up and down, and then his face sets.
Well, got it out of the way.
Yeah, there you go.
Dice jail.
Right? Have a seat. Take me about 10 minutes. Pull it around front.
Gotcha.
I'll do half.
Yep.
Okay. You doing it?
Yep.
All
That's
right,
what a
so
20 charisma gets you, just by the way.
yeah, so
I head out front. I don't even sit down. I just head out front.
okay. Well, you stand out front, and about 10 minutes later, the barn doors open, and you hear hoofs hitting the cobblestone, and you see two medium-sized draft horses hitched to the covered wagon that you saw.
Cuckoo?
He says, "Bag of oats in the back. You can keep 'em fed. One of you know horses?"
I've met him a couple of times.
I've driven a team before.
Yep.
We can help. We can, yes.
No
Okay.
foot.
There you go. Expect you back before morning 2 days from now. Well,
Okay.
in the morning 2 days from now.
It's like before the morning. Woo.
And he looks at Zorith and kind of almost smiles. Thanks for the donuts.
You're welcome. By the way, Thonin has some dark dipping sauce. I didn't have any way to bring it to you, but you should try that on them next time.
Might well do.
A warm chocolate.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get going.
Yes, we only have 2 days.
Yep. He turns around and walks back in.
And I jump in the back for now.
Can I use guidance on myself?
Yeah, I believe so.
This is a willing creature. I'm a willing creature. I'm going to give myself guidance before I have to make my animal handling check. So I'm guessing that's first.
Yes.
Okay. Bad. 4 plus 3 plus 2, 19.
All right. You see Arabelle, for all that she, looks like somebody who wouldn't be comfortable doing this sort of thing, climbs up into the front seat, no problem, grabs the reins, and as soon as you're on board, clucks at the horses and snaps the reins, and they start off.
Cool.
Excellent. So it takes a day to get to the tower.
Yep.
We're not going quite that far, right?
And also we're going to be in the plains as well. So
All right. So you make your way out of town. And the sun is out. It's actually rather pleasant.
I keep my eyes out for a big eagle turkey. I'm scanning the skies.
All right. Head out for the first hour or so. Don't see anything. You pass by another wagon headed into Erma. It's more of an open cart. And you see sacks of something in the back, and the driver just raises his hand and as you pass.
Nod and wave.
I am looking on the ground and keeping my eyes open for small game.
All right, make a perception check.
Nope, natural 1.
We've all had one now, right?
It's
We're going so
really
good.
surprising that nothing seems to live out here.
Mm-hmm.
Head into the second hour. Everybody make a perception check.
Here we go again.
Ooh. Dirty 20.
All right.
A 1 plus 5 is 6.
16.
Girl.
All right. You, Arabelle, are staring at the horses
Right. I'm
because
very
you're like,
focused.
is there something wrong with these horses? No, they seem fine. I don't know. Meanwhile, the siblings catch sight of something large, probably 50 yards off to the south, but it's in the grasses, so it's kind of hard to see from here, but there's something.
In the grasses.
Yes.
Ooh.
God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly.
Sneak up.
All right. Well,
Sneaky Sneakerson.
how far away is it?
About 50 yards south.
Okay. I hop off the wagon and try to sneak up on it.
All right, make a stealth check.
Eight.
We're doing so well.
You are, really.
Ice jail, man. I just got
So
another
you're moving forward, trying to be stealthy, and you step into a rabbit hole
Yay.
and go, ah!
Yeah,
At which
probably
point-
not the word he says.
Well, yeah. I'll leave that up to you.
While he's walking that way, I'm going to get my crossbow ready.
All right.
Did I notice that he hopped off the wagon?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll stop the horses.
Okay. As you fall and say whatever you say, you hear
Hey,
a
Billy.
"Rah!" and you see this massive winged form leap into the air.
Oof. I shoot.
Well, it's about 150 feet away from you.
150?
Yeah, it was 50 yards.
Oh. Shoot. Why don't shoot?
Well, 120 is as far as I can.
And it starts flying east.
Oh, Lord love a duck. We're going to have to chase it down.
All right. Will he
We
hop
can't-
on?
We can't take the cart, can we? I mean, like over hill and dale?
You risk damaging the cart if you take it off the road.
Gotcha. So
I think that one got away, folks. I come back to the cart and just hop in. The wagon, not
Is
cart, the
your
wagon.
foot okay?
No.
be nice to her. She doesn't know you.
It's fine.
All right. Well, now we know what they look
That
like and they're on the
was
ground.
Right.
So we continue doing whatever we were going on the edge.
Yeah. Keep the eyes peeled.
All right. You drive on for about another hour. And you hear a howl coming from the north side of the road.
Okay, that wasn't the bird.
No. Can we see, can we look that way? I look that way.
Make a perception check.
Well, that's not too bad.
What the
16?
While you don't see anything per se, you do see something moving through the grasses. There are two somethings that are moving rather quickly, side by side, one slightly in front of the other, headed straight for you.
I ready my crossbow. There's something coming. And I point in the direction.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Roll initiative.
It's like bouncing off the side of the dice tray and then it
21.
Finish. 19.
4.
Oh, we are kicking some boot.
That's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Second level characters, man.
I'm level 2. Bring it.
They're not too fast.
Right. All right, Airman.
All right. Can I get a visual on these things?
You can see the path they're making in the grasses, but they're lower than the grasses are.
Ooh.
Okay. I will wait until I get a clear shot with my bow. And in the meantime, I'm going to no, I'm just gonna I'll stand up in the cart, outside the cart, with a arrow notched in the bow, ready to let fly.
All right. Zorith.
So if he's at the front, I'll be kind of hanging out the back with my crossbow readied and waiting till we can see something, because there's no point in shooting at something we can't see.
All right. Well, you don't have to wait long. Two sleek, kind of tawny, brown creatures, some sort of canine, you think, come out of the grasses at the edge of the road. They both leap into the air at the horses.
Oh.
And in midair, shimmy and expand into what look like bipedal creatures with the same fur, the same head, and long claws. And they attack the horses.
We shoot.
Oh yes.
and they both sail right over the horses.
Good thing we're shooting at them.
All right, Araman.
Yep. Let me get my. There it is. 19.
19 will hit.
Oh yeah, 19. It's all the same. Nice. 13 points of damage.
Woo!
And you see the arrow strike the creature and bounce off it.
Well, this is going to be a bummer.
Do you say anything? Just this is going to be a bummer?
Yep.
All right, Zorth.
Well, because I don't know anything about that. I'm going to still shoot my crossbow. And because I hardly ever shoot stuff that isn't spells, which one do I add it to?
Dexterity.
You'll have under your attack. It's in the actions.
Mm-hmm.
And then attack, and it'll have the list of your weapons.
Oh, yeah. Plus
and then
5.
that number that says your hit D and stuff.
18. Sorry, I play so many spellcasters that... I mean, I am a spellcaster, but we don't want burnt anything.
Your bolt strikes it right in the abdomen, and it bounces onto the ground. Doesn't seem to hurt it at all.
If I see that, I drop my crossbow.
All right. Arabelle.
All right, try this one. See if it has to go to dice jail. Something is wrong. Every time I roll, it bounces to a 1. Like it bounces on the leather and doesn't roll.
Yeah, but the leather isn't like, ooh, let's get it. Make it
No,
bounce
but
to
it's
1.
weird that it's not rolling. It just bounces. I miss.
Okay. What were you trying to do?
I was trying to hit it with a spell.
Which spell?
Oh, I don't have to roll. Duh. Sacred Flame.
Did
So used to having to roll. Never mind. But
Did
that
they-
dice went to jail anyway.
Do they get a save?
Yes.
Dexterity 13.
13.
Ah.
So
It takes. Oh, it doesn't take damage.
what were you
does it?
what were you casting?
Sacred
Flame.
No.
If it makes a save, it doesn't take damage, I don't think.
No damage.
No. So Arabelle grabs her pendant around her neck and speaks a few words and waves her hands and holds her hand out, and this wash of white fiery light springs from her hands and strikes the grasses. Fortunately, it's holy damage. It's not actual fire, and it doesn't set the plains on fire.
Right. I wouldn't do that.
Right. All right. Back to the top. Araman.
Okay. Well, since my weapon doesn't work, I guess I will do nothing. I'm not going to waste ammunition.
All right. Zoreth.
I cast what was it? Firebolt. Range spell attack. 16.
16 hits.
1d10. Six points of damage.
All right. You.
Oh, I forgot. I say Posar, and I roll my fingers, and then I point.
Okay. And a bolt of fiery energy springs from your fingertips and slams directly into the creature, who is gathering for another leap, and it knocks it off balance, and it stumbles a little bit, and you can see this burnt patch on its torso, and it snarls and looks right at you.
Great.
And it's their turn. So the other one leaps for the horses and hits. Ow. And actually bites a chunk out of the flank of the horse, and it screams in pain and rears. Arabelle, you're going to need to make an animal handling check to keep them from bolting at this point.
Bouncing off the thing. 11.
11 is enough. It's a struggle, but you manage to keep that horse from bolting. Now the other one is leaping at Zorath. And does not angle its trajectory correctly and ends up sailing over the corner of the wagon. All right, Arabelle.
All right. Now, can I cast 2 spells if one's a bonus action or no?
I think so.
Or is it only
there's
if
bonus
it's
action and action?
Okay. I like that rule, so we'll go with it. So for my action, the one that attacked the horse, I'm going to try and hit with a guiding bolt.
Okay.
Which is a roll to hit. But who knows, because they suck. Ooh, 17 plus 5, 22.
That will definitely hit.
All right.
Ooh.
4 die 6.
Yeah, it is.
4 die 6. Bam, girl.
16 points of damage.
You send this bolt of bright white energy at the creature, and it is just landing from the bite, and it hits the creature and literally knocks it over. It rolls a couple times and gets very slowly back to its feet. It looks like it's barely able to get up.
I'm going to go ahead and use the action I didn't take.
Okay.
And jump to the driving position and take the reins from her so that she can do her thing, and I'll try to keep control of the horses.
Okay.
Since I can't do anything to hurt these guys.
All right.
I will stand up with my movement to ready for the next round. I'm not going to take the bonus action.
Okay. Then Araman.
All right, so I'm going to just keep control of the horses.
All right. Make an animal handling check.
Okay. Okay, so 11.
11 is enough.
Yeah.
It's, again, still not easy. They want to run. Especially
Well,
since one
pretty
of them
soon,
is really hurt.
I'm going to give them their wish.
But you manage to hang on to them. All right, Zorth.
Firebolt again. Roll to hit. Oh. Jumped out. 17.
17 will hit.
And 1d10. 9. 9 points of damage.
This time, the bolt hits it on its hip, and it burns the fur off and burns part of the skin beneath it, and it actually falls to one knee. It's trying to lever itself back up, but it's very difficult.
Got it.
So, so the one that Arabella hit tries to get back on its feet and does so, but very slowly, and it begins to move slowly back toward the horses, but it's not going to get there this round. And the one that Zorth is fighting... Ugh. All right, so be it. Snarls in pain, bunches itself, and leaps at Zorth, and it lands on the cart, and its jaws close around your left shoulder.
Ow.
For 6 points of damage.
Ow.
Yeah. They have disadvantage at this point because they're so badly wounded. That one, the first roll was a 20, and I was like, ooh, I'm glad I get to roll again. And then the second one was also a 20.
Well, all
So-
right then.
All right, Arabelle.
All right. So the one that's moving towards the horse's dex save. Maybe he's hurt enough he'll miss. 13.
Yes, by 1.
1 point of damage.
Wow. Well, it strikes his shoulder and burns a patch off it, and he yelps in pain. But he's still slowly moving forward, chewing as he goes. Araman.
Try to keep these horses in check.
Okay. All right. You do so. Zorith.
Firebolt again. Yeah, because on Ray of Frost, it's too late. They're already here, so. Ooh, natural 18 plus 6 is 24. Oh, and then 1d10.
That will hit.
Another 6 points of damage.
All right. First time I get to say this. So call it.
Since he's like right on my shoulder, I'm just gonna like put it right up to like his ear, in between his ear and his eye, and just Pozar and just everything I can, because it is painful.
All right. The fire leaves your hand and impacts the creature's skull and actually burns a hole through. You see the gout of fire come out the other side as the creature's jaw relaxes just enough for it to topple backwards off the wagon.
And I push it off the wagon.
All right. All right, the one that's trying to get back to the horses. Haha. Stumbles. and makes an awful yowling noise, but still trying to move back.
What did you hit it with? A dagger?
Arrow.
Arrow, and you did an arrow, so. All right, I'm gonna jump down and pull my sword as I do, and in one move try and hit it with the longsword.
All right. And it's just a normal longsword?
Correct.
Okay.
15 to hit.
It hits, and it actually impacts your arm when you hit it because it's like hitting a stone.
Okay.
All right. Airman.
I sort of kick the one that's dead off the wagon.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Zorith. There's one left at the front of the wagon, trying to get.
Well, I look to
back
see
the
if
horses.
it's still there, and I see it, so I'm going to firebolt it. Pozar.
Okay.
And 16.
All right. One moment. All right. 16 will hit.
And D10. Not a D8, D10. 9 points of damage.
All right. You feel the magic tremble just the tiniest bit, but you manage to keep it in the form you want it. Call it.
Oh. I roll my fingers and I point and I say Pozar, and I want to aim for its head again because I don't want it to attack anything else.
All right. The bolt leaves your hand and flies straight toward this creature's face, and as it is chewing, the bolt goes into its mouth and its head kind of explodes.
Oop.
And as it falls to the ground, a half-chewed piece of horse flesh falls out of its mouth. But it is no longer moving.
I run up to the front. Arabelle, can you heal, right? Can you heal the horse?
Yes. And then your arm?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to use my lay on hands on the horse, so that'll give it 5 back.
Okay. It's not completely healed, but very close.
Hopefully that does a little bit to calm it too.
Yep.
And then I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Zorith, 1d8.
All right. I rolled a 3.
Okay. I rolled a 5 plus 3, you get 8 points back.
Yay.
Oh, for the horse, I just like close my eyes and touch the horse. For you, I actually cast a spell.
Oh, thanks.
All right. You're not entirely sure what that was.
No, I
Everybody,
didn't like weapons.
everybody make a survival check.
Was it like a... Oh, okay. I almost said it.
16.
Survival. 16.
8.
Aramin, you have no idea.
Nasty. That's what it is.
Both of you who have studied know that there are creatures that can assume basically human form and a form that's in between. human and their animal form. As these creatures died, their bodies slowly started to shimmer again, and basically what you see are 2 hyenas.
Mm. Huh. Ugh. I wonder if we use some of this meat, we can get a Theranok.
Bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Good idea.
I got some rope. We can tie it to the back of the cart and just drag it behind us.
Yeah, probably a good idea. And then I'll sit in the back and aim out with my crossbow.
Mm-hmm. So this we then do.
All right.
So this we then do.
So, how long is the rope?
It's 50 feet of rope. So we'll tie, one end to the back of the cart wagon. And the other end we'll tie around one of the quarters of the hyena.
Okay.
That way, if this thing does snack it in the air and fly off with it, it won't rip the cart and take it with it. It'll just pull the leg off.
Ooh, very smart.
All right. So you continue on.
Calm the horses a little bit and then take off.
And I get in the back with Zorith with my bow and arrow
All right.
to see if any of them things take the bait.
Yeah.
The 2 of you make a perception check.
19.
14.
All right. Airman, you see it first, but you both eventually see it. You see a winged shadow
Doo.
fly overhead. And
Bingo
then
bango.
shortly thereafter, you see a shape dive out of the sky and talons that look familiar. The sign actually did a pretty good representation of what they look like. The talons come down and land on the thing, and you see a Theranok landing on it, and immediately the head goes down and starts to strike it as it's still moving.
Yeah, and actually, instead of my crossbow, I actually cantrip the Ray of Frost so that it will not go anywhere or slow or whatever.
Okay.
I forget what it is. Speed is reduced by 10 feet. So I'm going to cast ranged spell attack. Oop, that's not what I want. Ooh, natural 20.
Ooh. All right. Well, that definitely
26.
hits. That definitely hits.
1d8, not a 10. 8, 8, 8.
And remember, you roll that twice on a 20.
Double it.
You roll the die twice and then add any extra points you'd
4
add.
and 7 and
11.
11. Yeah, I forget I get to crit on things that rate. Yay, that you rolled hit.
Yep. So your beam of ice lances out and strikes the creature right at the neck, and you see ice form over the neck, the chest, and one of the wing joints, and it goes "Ah!" and tries to lift off, but only one wing is working.
I'll take a shot.
Okay.
As soon as I get my action back up here. There we go. So I'm guessing a 23 hits.
Yes.
All right. It is not a crit, however. Nice.
Ooh, max damage.
Yeah, 13 points of damage.
Oof.
Nicely done.
The arrow goes right through that frozen wing joint into its torso, and the wing begins to flop.
I yell, found one, stop the cart.
All right. Now is the time to roll an ish.
Yeah. No.
Not so much.
Not so much.
All
A
right.
9.
9 for Araman. Zorth?
11.
11. And Arabelle?
8.
8.
Wow.
God.
Explosives
It doesn't matter. There's only 3 of us and one of it.
that we know of.
That's true.
All right. Zorth?
I am going to shoot with my crossbow because I don't want to. Ooh, I don't know. Do we want to keep it frosty?
Put it on ice.
Keep it on ice so that when we get there, I don't know. No, I'm just going to do crossbow.
Okay.
Roll to hit. 12 and 5. 17.
That will hit.
Ugh. 5 measly points of damage.
As you fire your crossbow, the bolt strikes the creature in the neck, and it begins to wobble. You can see blood coming from this wound, and it's coming at a fairly substantial rate, but it's still struggling. It's now actually moving toward the wagon. But unable to fly, it moves rather slowly and only makes it about 10 feet.
Yes.
Araman.
Another arrow. That is a 19.
That will hit.
Draw it back, take a bead on it, which is not difficult to hit at this point.
No. No.
Right, so 6 points of damage.
All right, call it.
All right. So like I say, I draw it, take a bead on it, and get a good clean shot at the head and just let it go.
All right. The arrow sinks into the creature's head far enough that the tip comes out the other side, and it
Ooh.
just lets out, and
I punch him on the shoulder and I say, nice job.
it
Right.
falls to the ground.
All right, let's get out and lift this thing into the wagon.
Yep. Very good idea to put it behind the cart.
Yeah.
Do we need to roll anything to get it into the cart?
Are both of you going
Yes.
to lift it? Okay.
Yeah.
Then one of you make a strength check with advantage.
Go ahead.
Do you
Tim,
need some help back there?
maybe.
Well, we'll find out.
Oh, thank God for advantage. 19.
19. This thing is heavy. You now understand why Thonin only needs 6 of them at a time. This thing is big enough and heavy enough that he can probably serve 20 meals off one bird.
Whew.
But
So between the two of us, or do we need her to come help?
Nope. Between the two of you, you manage to lower the back of the wagon, and you heave it up on, and then just kind of shove it in, leaving a trail of blood, but kind of to be expected.
Right.
That's one.
Yep. So, feeling somewhat emboldened, you have now hunted your first Theranok.
Fair enough.
Only 5 to go,
Right.
which we will pursue next time.
Next time. Woohoo!
Yay!
So,
Did we level? I'm kidding.
But,
I'm wearing my leveling pants. No, not leveling pants tonight.
gee, neither am I.
Dang it.
we had some technical difficulties, but by and large, we made it to our destination.
Yep. So, yeah, first session.
Maiden voyage.
Yep. So, thanks very much to everybody who was watching. It's nice to actually see there were people watching for our first one.
Yeah.
This episode will be up on YouTube probably next Wednesday. And we will also be releasing these as audio podcasts as well. And that will be available on Wednesday also. We'll put the link on our social media and on our website, which is artifactsworldswide.com. So, until next week, we exit the lands of Aecathan. Good night, everybody.
See ya.